Hello, friend. In this episode, I'm going to retract a statement that I've said in a previous video. And I'm going to clean it up a little bit. The statement was, prove God wrong. Try to prove God wrong. I'm not sure entirely which teacher it was that used that. But I began to use that in a little bit of my guidance and coaching, and through examination, it's validated that is not the fruitful way to move forward with someone who hasn't already developed the capacity through examination and through sufficient examination and validation. So they're still largely moving through that disconnected mindset, and they're still finding ways to interpret their world as though they're proving God wrong. And that is what I'm trying to clear up now. So I'll change that statement from trying to prove God wrong to just continue to be mindful of and examine your own situation. Because the ego, here's the thing about it. When you're in the carnal mind and you're in the ego, you're already disconnected. The carnal mind in the Bible says the carnal mind is enmity to God. It cannot know God. It is the enemy of God. It is the contrast of God. So if you're ever thinking that you're proving God wrong, all you're doing is you're confirming that you're in that disconnected mindset. You're in that carnal mind. You're in that ego. And in essence, you're not proving God wrong anyways, because the idea is, the way that I was proposing it was, when you're manifesting, watch your mind, how thought precedes all manifestation, how thought precedes all of creation, and prove God wrong, meaning show me how you're creating something that's different than the thought that precedes it. But the carnal mind, in the examples that I've been examining, they're denying the fact that they had the negative response first, and then they're sitting in the negative experience and saying, I proved God wrong, which is impossible. I've been doing this for as long as I've been doing this, and examining my own experience and practicing these methods. I have never yet once created an experience that differed from the thought that preceded it. Never. All I get is validation. Perfect validation. If I'm carnal, I'm creating carnally. If I'm aligned with the divine mind, I'm creating as such. No accidents, no chaos in creation, only perfection. And this is what the Buddha teaches. This is what Jesus teaches. This is what the Bible teaches. You reap what you sow in consciousness, in spirit. So don't bother yourself with making efforts to prove God wrong. Examine the nature of your mind and examine the nature of creation. The carnal mind is so egoistic that it wants to pretend that it is God, and it wants to play God. .444 on my phone. And that is tolerable to those who haven't examined their thoughts and their manifestations sufficiently. Understand there's some people out there that don't even consider how their thoughts are affecting manifestation. And those are the people who are least influenced in their life by these ideas of truth, by applied truth, by practical truth. So they're looking at truth through their own carnal-minded interpretation, unless they don't have somebody there in the moment kind of helping them clean it up. You know what I mean? So they're creating a muck. They're creating a muck. So we'll move away from that. I didn't do it too often, but there's a video or two where I proposed that idea to prove God wrong. And now I'll move past, because with sufficient examination I can see that's just it's almost like a reward for the ego for being an ego. So we will move beyond that. All right, and I'll close it there for now, my friends. You have a blessed day, and we'll talk soon. If you found any value in this episode, please consider sharing it with your circle. If you're interested in receiving some guidance, you can contact me at aswithinsoul@gmail.com. If you're inspired to offer a donation, you can also use the email aswithinsoul@gmail.com.